All right then. By the time others are also joining, someone to talk maybe some good things that have happened around.
Ma'am, I don't know about any good thing, but this morning only the MDH wale Baba, passed away.
Shivam,
Whole,
I categorically asked for good things. Passing away,
Ma'am, this is an extraordinary thing if
no.
we see logically because up till now he was considered immortal.
May his soul rest in peace. On searching, it shows that he was 98, so that looks like a good life. All right, any good
My
thing?
grandmother was 102 years old.
All right, that's a century. You mean was as in she's no more?
No,
All right,
but
so sorry.
102 is good.
Did she have a healthy life, Shashank?
Yeah, till 91, 92, she used to walk. She could walk at that 91, 92 age.
And beyond that, did she need help or a walker or a wheelchair? What was she
Uh,
using?
no, actually, her health started declining. She was very weak and thin. She
All
became.
right. So like the last 10 years must have been tough. 92 say 102.
Yeah, she was on a bed. She was resting all day on a bed. She couldn't walk after that because she was actually very weak. She became weak.
All right.
Ma'am, my great grandmother is still with us right now, and she is a great source of inspiration for me. Uh, I'm not really sure about her age. Nobody is sure about her age, but she is still independent. Financially too, and she's so independent that right now also she does her a small business of garments that she stitches in her own home, and her lifestyle is actually more healthy than my lifestyle or anybody I have met. Like without any alarm clocks, without anything, she gets up every day at around 6. She goes to the temple. All by her own. Nobody helps her, literally. Even if we do try to help her, like financially, or if we provide her a room, she just doesn't accept that help. And uh, she right now also she lives on the first floor, so we had a room empty in our basement, so we offered her ki aap yahan reh lo then also, but she refused that, and she's still living in the room which she has which she owns basically, which is really extraordinary at that age.
All right. Sounds nice. Sounds inspiring. Any other good thing anyone would want to talk about? No matter how small you think that is. Something good. Don't make me select, no, then that's like targeting and then someone will say ये मेरे ही पीछे पड़ी रहती है. Fine, I will have to select myself. Mayank, do we have something good to say? Anything good that happened recently? Please tell me you've not just logged in and vanished. I see
Mom, I
Tanishka
don't know.
has.
No, but I think that's highly irrational to just log in and not opening the mic. It actually irritates me sometimes. Like if you have joined the class, like why are you ignoring the teacher? That's the highest kind of disrespect you can show. I don't know. It bothers me. Like just open the mic
Shivam,
even if you don't know the
there are two sides
answer.
to every story, beta. How do I convince myself? One, I think I should, or maybe we should collectively now respect each other's space. So not everyone is comfortable talking like this, talking to a screen
I
effectively.
was typing.
All right. Mayank, I have no grudges against you, not at all. I was just, all right, Mayank, please type. I don't mind. Next, I was thinking not everyone also has, the space or the environment. So at my place, it's just me and my mom. And anything that happens, my mom knows that it irritates me, especially because I'm always unmuted. So if there's a cooker ki seeti going on, or there is this kabadi wala bhaiya coming and he's so loud and he has a mic, and any vegetable person coming, now that is my ghar ka atmosphere, but I know that I have a room completely for myself. I do not assume the same for others. Ho sakta hai, maybe you're sharing space with your sibling, so the sibling is answering probably. I don't know. So many things can happen. So even if you do not answer my question, I will not mind. And all right, acha, just
No,
off.
yeah. What I was saying is like, uh, just respond by chat only. Like, do not completely ignore the person. That
Yeah,
that is irritating.
I know. I am at the receiving end. Becomes a little difficult. I was coming to next thing. कभी आपको टाइम मिले ना just Google about this. It is known as norms of collaboration. भेज भी देती हूँ बाई चांस अगर सच्ची मन किया Google करने का. It says that when you're working in a team or when you're working collectively with people, try following these norms or principles, and life would be easy. So when we were taught these, they always used to ask us to pick one favorite norm or which one you think will help you the most. उसमें एक norm आता है assume, no, all start from P. So it is presume positive intentions. So सामने वाला कुछ भी कर रहा है, प्लीज मान के चलो that there is something good there. नेचुरल हमारा क्या नेचर आ जाता है, किसी ने कुछ भी किया है, the first thought that comes that you have a negative intention behind that. And I don't know about you, but that does lead to overthinking for me. Or I start questioning myself. Am I not teaching well? Am I not saying well? Have I not encouraged them enough to participate, etc., etc. Because as a teacher also I go in self doubt so many times, but I will have to assume positive intentions. मान के ही अगर चलूंगी ये मुझसे बात नहीं करना चाह रहा है or something, I'm causing trouble for myself and maybe just harboring negativity out of nowhere. If you find time, just Google about norms of
Yeah,
collaboration. That's a
I'm
good.
getting it.
All right. I wanted to talk to one person in particular. Tanishka, do you think you can? All right, people. Tanishka had a wedding at home, so that was celebration at home. Tanishka, do you want to talk about it?
In what manner?
Peter, in what manner? Kya? So many functions, relatives coming in. Must have been fun. Any manner?
Um, Sometimes it's fun and sometimes it's a headache now. Relatives just pissed off.
Oh, okay. So you had these people staying at your home.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
For 1 week,
oh,
almost. And this is so difficult to share your place when something is so precious to you, like your clothes or anything related to you.
oh. I thought it would have been fun, but I can understand. Sharing space is a little difficult thing.
Ma'am, it would be fun with sisters, my elder sister who came, but not with people
Yeah.
who you don't know properly. They just came and say, "Do you remember?" This is the most irritating.
Sorry.
That
But
was the
it
most irritating dialogue in the marriage. Do you
it was
remember me? Ma'am, how can I remember them if they don't remember me properly? They just ask you your Sita's daughter or Narendra's daughter. Like,
all right. That's a very typical icebreaker. No, वो भी क्या ही बात करें. But yeah, probably they should come up with something new. I get that. It was your sister's marriage,
yes, ma'am.
so now she's left.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you happy or are you sad?
Actually, I'm very sad. She's
Oh,
my closest sister.
oh,
One who attends my PTM all
oh,
time.
oh. Yeah, I remember asking her if she was an adult because I thought maybe she's, as All right, I remember her.
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations, Tanishka.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, there's a Conti. People, please be safe. Please be safe. Sorry if I'm repeating it, but please be safe. All right. Do not. Chalo, theek hai. Never mind. Happens once in lifetime. Dress up well. Dress up according to the weather. There are only 50 passes. तो ये तो auction हो जाएगा. This will become so expensive eventually.
Ma'am, quite the opposite actually. According to what I think, nobody is going. Whomsoever I've asked, like सिर्फ गिने चुने बच्चे हैं. मेडिकल के बच्चों को एक तो कन्विंस किया हुआ है. बाकी जो वो है अपना नॉन कॉमर्स
मैम ये
कॉमर्स का
ऑप्शन नहीं होगा मैम, ये
विदाउट
सिर्फ वही
मैथ्स
होगा
है,
जो पहले ले
उसमें
लेगा
इतना
उसको
नहीं
मिल
है.
जाएंगे.
All right. First come first serve basis, Harshit.
यस मैम.
50 तो 12 E के ही हैं. 50 तो is.
बट मैम कोई
तो
जा तो नहीं रहा है,
मैम
किसी के
पूरे
पेरेंट्स
एग्जैक्ट
अलाउ
फिक्स
नहीं कर
नहीं हुए
रहे.
हैं. वो अगर हम गेस्ट मार के चल रहे हैं, वो कॉन्ट्री ऑर्गेनाइजर्स की अगर सिर्फ एकदम से कुछ हो गया 50 का, तो पहले वो 50 का जो मिनिमम लेके चल ही रहे हैं कि मिनिमम 50 तो आनी ही चाहिए.
Okay. Okay. People just take rational decisions. Just be rational in your choice. That's my only request. All right. Anyone else who wants to talk about something, or can we switch to business now? Any chance of farewell, ma'am? I don't know. Please tell me also. I also have to arrange for clothes. I will let you know if I hear anything. If you get to know something, concrete, तो बताना. Here से मत बताना. All right then. We switch to our lesson. And this is what we were doing previously. Our intention was to revisit certain lessons of Indian Eco and quickly just talk about them, how to prepare from examination perspective. For some reason, employment has your checkers and teachers are a little concerned about employment, because if you've ever read the lesson thoroughly, इसमें ना इतने concrete learn करने वाले points नहीं हैं other than 2-3 subtopics. So how exactly are we talking about employment? Let's discuss that. 7.1 is simply introduction. अगर आपको याद हो जब हम ये सारे lessons करते थे, our initial discussion used to be about why are we talking about this as a challenge or as an issue. So this is what they're doing here, 7.1. What exactly is the challenge? What exactly is the issue? And then we get into details of workers and employment. यहाँ पे हम बात करते हैं वर्कर कौन होता है, someone who's contributing in economic activities, and we talking about exception. Not yesterday I was telling you कि आपको 3 marker 4 marker की तरह prepare करना है. Here if you'll say there's not much content, so largely they're just explaining you things to be included, things not to be included. For example, if I take this portion and I can make a 1 marker out of it. कि चलो pandemic के time, if I say that my domestic helper went back to her place for 3-4 weeks, will we count her as a worker or not? We will count her as a worker because she is temporarily abstaining from work. तो जैसे यहाँ पर इन्होंने explain किया है, we can have quick 1 markers coming out for checking our conceptual clarity. Moving further, participation of people in employment. One, they're talking about worker population ratio. What exactly? Someone to help me recall, worker population or labor force, workforce or labor force में फर्क क्या है? Are the two same? Do we have any difference? Are they synonyms? There is some difference. Anything at all?
Ma'am, difference between?
Labor force and workforce.
Ma'am, labor force are the available set of people in a country who can work. Howsoever, workforce are the people who are currently working.
taken. Thank you. So the difference happens to be the people who are unemployed. So, अच्छा, if I say that the difference happens to be the people who are unemployed, ये जो unemployed है, now someone other than Shivam and Shashank, sorry Shashank, someone to tell me, is it voluntarily unemployed or involuntarily unemployed? जो ये difference है. If you want me to repeat my question, you'll have to let me know.
Yes, ma'am. Please repeat.
My question is, the difference between labor force and workforce is unemployed people. That is what we just said. Now I'm interested in knowing, ये जो unemployed people मैं कह रही हूँ, are these people voluntarily unemployed or involuntarily unemployed?
Ma'am, involuntary.
Thank you. Goes as involuntarily unemployed. These people are looking for jobs and they're not able to find jobs. Voluntarily unemployed कौन होता है? Someone who's not even looking for a job. So they are not counted in labor force. वो नहीं काम करना चाह रहे हैं. आपका वर्कर पॉपुलेशन रेशियो आपको बेसिकली क्वांटिटी की टर्म्स में बताता है कि कितने लोग एंगेज्ड है काम में और कितने नहीं है, या फिर कहाँ पर एंगेज्ड हैं. सो यू लुकिंग एट ये पूरा डिस्कशन टेबल से ही हो रहा है. सो वी लुक एट द टेबल. टेबल में क्या है, आप अर्बन रूरल देख रहे हो बेस्ड ऑन द जेंडर. सो वी कैन ड्रॉ कंक्लूजन आउट ऑफ द टेबल. एंड इफ यू रिमेंबर वी हैड अ लॉट ऑफ हाँ जी.
How can we say that they are involuntarily unemployed? Maybe जितने भी जो difference है उनमें से कुछ लोगों को काम नहीं करना, so हम उनको collectively involuntary unemployed कैसे कह सकते हैं?
Beta, if I include, say, if I include the workforce and I include the involuntarily unemployed, then I'm saying I get the labor force. अगर मैं voluntarily unemployed भी add कर देती हूँ इसमें, मतलब say adults who are not looking for jobs or children who are dependent or maybe say even infants etc. ये भी अगर मैं add कर देती हूँ, then effectively if you see, I get the total population.
Yes, ma'am.
है ना? So
yes, ma'am. समझ आ गया.
So when I'm just restricting myself to involuntarily unemployed, you get to know कि आप कहाँ lag कर रहे हो in creating jobs for people who are willing to work. But you've understood, so I'll stop elaborating. All right. Then if you remember, we had a lot of discussion in this chapter about gender inequality coming in and gender playing a role. I'll skip all that discussion, though it is not explained or discussed in your book as such. But whenever we get such a table, and if you want to talk in lines of difference in approach due to whatever reasons, feel free to do that. क्योंकि table देखकर हमने अपने conclusions ही निकालने हैं. And whenever you're writing such a conclusion, use the word probably. Probably मतलब शायद. Can be due to this, can be due to that. So use that. That's a safer side. All right. वर्कर पॉपुलेशन रेशियो हमको नंबर्स में बात कर रहा है, वो हमें क्वालिटी में बात नहीं कर रहा है. जब हम क्वालिटी की बात कर रहे हैं, हम वर्कर्स को फर्दर डिवाइड कर देते हैं. एक होते हैं सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड, एक होते हैं हायर्ड. हायर्ड भी दो टाइप के होते हैं. वन काइंड पर्सन अदर देन शशांक एंड शिवम एंड अर्जुन एंड चार्वी एंड भाविका. टू हेल्प मी रिकॉल, हायर्ड को हम कैसे डिवाइड करते थे आगे?
Ma'am, regular salaried and casual workers.
Thank you. So you're looking at regular salaried and we're looking at casual. If I take you back to class 10, this is just like workers of organized sector and workers of unorganized sector. This is a repetition of the same thing. This time they've just added the bifurcation coming in. Gender के basis पे या फिर urban and rural के basis पे. Not that I am expecting you people to learn the figures, but overall हमें trend अगर पता होगा, so that would be better. This is the same discussion. Next, employment in firms, factories and offices. यहाँ पे ये क्या बात कर रहे हैं? पहले हमें बता रहे हैं कि हमारी इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज डिफरेंट टाइप की हैं और उसको ब्रॉडली हम प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी और टर्शरी में कैटेगराइज कर देते हैं. and then they discuss on the basis of gender and on the basis of the residence. तो urban और rural में primary, secondary, tertiary कैसा है, men and women में primary, tertiary and secondary कैसा है. All right. Next, growth and changing structures of employment. यहाँ पे ideally हम क्या expect करते हैं कि अगर एक country की economic growth हो रही है तो आपकी employment बढ़नी चाहिए because you are generating more work, so there are chances that you're hiring more people. और अगर by chance there's a dip in your growth or there's a dip in the GDP that we have, or we're looking at negative growth rate, then there are chances that your employment will also fall. Sometimes what happens, and this happened in our country, कि आपकी economic growth हो रही है लेकिन employment नहीं बढ़ रही. उसको हम क्या कहते हैं?
Jobless growth.
Thank you. That goes as your jobless growth. Not a good scenario. And this table is again showing the same thing. जो आपका ये black dotted lines है ये employment दिखाता है. जो grey line है that is showing your growth, job. Now this is open to the entire class. Someone to pick where do you see we have jobless growth happening?
In 1951 to 56, where it is, and in 2005 and 10. In 2005 and 10, it is the lowest.
2005 and 10, I'll say jobless growth is the highest and the employment growth is the lowest. तो अगर आप देखते हो 5-10 में आपका annual growth rate reaches about 8.7, but the employment is rising at 0.28. So that goes as your jobless growth there. All right, again another table year wise ये आपको दिखा रहे हैं in different sectors कि आपका employment कैसे change हो रहा है, and then for your kinds of workers that we have. Again, we also discussed one thing, that how people are shifting from regular salaried to casual wage that is happening, जिसको हम casualization of workforce कह रहे हैं. Someone to tell me, why does this happen? Why do we have more workers in casual wage labor or people moving towards casual wage labor? Any reason we can recall? Ideally, we want that the regular salaried employees should increase over a period of time. That is not happening. Casual workers बढ़ रहे हैं. What do you
One
think?
reason could be education. Better education leads to better skills, and better skills lead to better economic opportunities, which leads to good jobs.
Yeah, but I'm saying that the opposite has happened. Your data shows that. Hanji.
But the rule of demand and supply, the economy doesn't have that much demand of regular employed people. However, the supply of those people is much more. Therefore, they are being absorbed by the that sector, informal sector.
Okay. Anyone who wants to add anything?
You said that people from self-employment and regulars, self-employed and the what is the other thing?
Regular salaried are coming into casual hired workers.
Okay, they're coming. Okay.
One major contributing factor is the way how your government has had their labor laws. अब labor laws क्या होते हैं? Laws that are protecting the rights of the labor. अगर आप flexible labor laws रखोगे तो either, or even just because of labor laws altogether, flexible or strict, it becomes a little difficult or expensive for a firm to have regular salaried employees. आपने उनको एक फिक्स्ड सैलरी देनी है, आपने फिक्स्ड टाइम पर देनी है, आपने डिसेंट वर्किंग कंडीशंस देने हैं. ये चीजें हम बेयर मिनिमम मानते हैं. फ्रॉम द फर्म्स पर्सपेक्टिव ये खर्चा है. सो people do not want to engage in all these things. Medical insurance provide करना, gratuity देना, provident fund देना. Firm इसको खर्चा देखती है, though we would want to receive all that. So certain people would think that, all right, we will not follow the rules and regulations of the government because we cannot afford all these expenditure that are there for hiring people. So they move on to a setup which is not really registered with the government, hiring people on casual basis. Why? Because they find it very difficult and expensive to maintain regular salaried employees. And unless you're a rich firm or with a lot of, say, investment and a solid backing, not many small individuals or traders or businessmen will be able to provide what is expected. अगर आप अपने घर के आसपास ही देख लोगे, if I say that my father has a business and he has employed certain people, I know for a fact that he never has paid them for an holiday that they've taken. If I say that tomorrow I don't want to teach, like bas man hi nahi hai, the school will not penalize me by deducting my salary. I have some paid leave. My father never gave paid leave. I know that for a fact. I get certain benefits. My father never extended those benefits. So क्यों? क्योंकि उनको पता है महंगा पड़ रहा है मुझे, and there's a psyche there. So he's not following the rules and regulations of the government. Hence, there's a move happening towards casual labor. Why? Because people are now setting up their work and not registering it, and they're not disclosing their details to the government since it seems expensive. All right, this is the case of informalization in Ahmedabad. Again, how it becomes a little expensive, so they're moving towards informalization. Moving forth, this is what I wanted to talk about. Unemployment, यहाँ पर अब आपके पास थोड़ा content आता है, definition आती है. They talk about types of unemployment, disguised, seasonal, and I don't know if they've spoken about educated unemployment, but I think you would have done that in class 9. तो पता होगा, पता ही होना चाहिए. There are other kinds of unemployment, though they are not really in a part of your syllabus. लेकिन macro में अगर आपको याद हो, we barely discussed them, we touched upon them. एक था structural और एक था fictional. अगर याद है तो सही है, नहीं याद तो कोई problem नहीं है. That's not really expected out of you. Fine. NSS is gathering data and you rely on other sources of the government to figure out what is the state of unemployment. Something that you want, I would want you to keep in mind. जहाँ पे ये discussion कर रहे हैं, government and employment generation, आधी से ज़्यादा discussion ये वही होगी जो poverty lesson में थी. Poverty में, let me take you back there, we discussed the 3-dimensional attack. उनमें से एक था where the government was, one was growth oriented, the other was poverty alleviation programs, and the third was providing minimum support. तो poverty alleviation programs में बात ही क्या की हुई थी? Employment generation की. That same content can fit in here as well. ये भी आपको reminder भी दे रहे हैं. In chapter 4 you've done these programs. So my point being that one content can be used for answering for 2 lessons. So pay more attention to that. Similarly, जो आप यहाँ पढ़ते हो, वो आप poverty में भी explain कर सकते हो. Since everything is interconnected, this is just me helping you figure out कि कहाँ पे क्या interconnect हुआ है. And an overall conclusion. This is for employment. This is which lesson? एक second. All right, rural development. Now this is a content rich lesson. यहाँ पर बहुत कुछ है करने को. So you will not be confused कि इसमें करना है क्या है. One introduction में फिर से ये बताएंगे कि rural development हम पढ़ ही क्यों रहे हैं as a chapter or as an issue. Next they tell us about what exactly is rural development. तो हमें meaning और definition पता होना चाहिए. More or less it's a meaning, not a definition. Following these are certain challenges can become a direct 3 marker. So such direct questions should never go wrong for you people unless it's a tricky question या घुमा के पूछा हुआ है. These things should never go wrong. As it is pointers की तरह ही दिए हुए हमको. Then when they're explaining about certain things, they'll talk about how it is important that rural area has access to proper credit. Credit क्यों चाहिए? क्योंकि आप कोई भी activity करते हो or for whatever purposes, you need to have money. We are using a loan for 2 kinds of purposes. Which loan? Sorry, what two kind do you think I'm talking about?
Formal and informal.
I'm not talking about sources. I'm talking about using the loan or money. I can use it for two kinds of purposes.
Ma'am, consumption and investment.
Thank you. One goes as a consumption loan, and the other goes as a productive or an investment. A productive loan can be an investment in some machinery or whatever, or can even be for, say, procuring raw material. These go as examples of productive loans. One kind person to give me an example of a consumption loan.
Ma'am, whose consumption loan? The government's or the public's?
Any consumption loan would be fine. किसी का भी
Uh,
बता दो.
for government, if there's a famine in the country, then to tackle that famine, if the government is taking credit from some other country or some international organization, then that would be a consumption loan.
Taken. Thank you. Bringing this down to micro level now. अगर मैं rural area में सोचूं, what kind of consumption loans can we think of for rural people?
For buying fertilizers, seeds, or if
ये
machine-
consumption है, ये personal consumption है. This goes as a productive loan because you're buying all these things so that your output increases and the income increases.
for consumption, then family expenses.
Thank you. So when maybe someone is getting married, you're taking a loan. If there has been a death, unfortunately, you have to take a loan. That is how the society works, and the young generation can change that. And anything at all, maybe even say buying a scooter, a car, a cycle, can be a part of your consumption loans. If I buy a car, now this is again me mixing two things. If I buy a car for myself and driving myself around, goes as a consumption loan. If I buy a car and use it as a taxi, goes as a productive loan. When we're talking about credit, there are different sources of credit. One source that we know about is formal source, and the other goes as an informal source. Formal sources, NABARD is actually responsible for the sources of loans in the rural areas, and there are several banks that come under this. Unfortunately, they've not been so expansive, or they've not been able to reach out to the rural poor as much as they should have. So either they're left with informal sources, which happens to be exploitative. They don't even want to use that. So they came up with the concept of self-help groups, something that we're familiar with. Formal आपके घर के आसपास है नहीं, या शायद आपको लोन देगा नहीं क्योंकि आपके पास कोलैटरल नहीं है. इनफॉर्मल से हम लोन लेना नहीं चाहते, वो बहुत एक्सप्लॉइटेटिव हो जाता है. सो यू फाइंड अ मिडिल ग्राउंड, pooling your own funds and forming a self-help group. Goes as an example of a microcredit program. Microcredit program क्यों कह रहे हैं? Because you're working on a small scale, not as large as a bank or anything, but smaller groups and people trying to help themselves. This becomes a 3 marker, 3 or 4. Critically appraise the rural banking system. तो हम पहले meaning बताएंगे, हम इसके advantages बताएंगे that you've reached out to poor, low rate of interest hai. However, there's a lot of scope of improvement also, and we discuss that, and we always conclude our answer. Next, agricultural marketing system. इसमें क्या है? How exactly food reaches, or agricultural product, they start their journey from the farmland and reach their end market, goes as a part of your agricultural marketing system. Government again has tried to strengthen this market, and they've discussed that. Next, not always relying on the government, people are also looking at alternative channels where you're trying to remove the unproductive middlemen and you're trying to get in touch with the end consumer. Diversification has to be done. किस टाइप पे कर सकते हैं, मीनिंग पूछ सकती हूँ, नीड ऑफ डाइवर्सिफिकेशन पूछ सकती हूँ. दिस ऑल्सो, आई डोंट नो if it has come for you people in business studies, but diversification is there as well. At least I hope you've done this about how we diversify our investments. So this is the same logic there as well. एंड डाइवर्सिफिकेशन में भी डिफरेंट पार्ट्स बात करेंगे. एनिमल हस्बेंड्री, अच्छा लेट मी फोकस ऑन दिस. एनिमल हस्बेंड्री, फिशरी एक्सेट्रा. डू नॉट लर्न, और नॉट दैट वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग ये डेटा आपसे, but we should know the meaning and we should know the state of the same in our country. So maybe if I ask you to write 2-3 sentences or 4 sentences out of this, you should know what is happening. Kis type pe karoge meaning, state, and the challenges that we are facing. Baki certain things remain common, that they provide an alternate source of income. You will not be you won't be dependent on farmland production, etc. Organic farming is deleted. So for this lesson, that is a good thing that has happened for you. I'm sorry I've taken 2 extra minutes and posting your attendance question. Please go and mark your attendance. We similarly discuss 2 lessons again tomorrow. If you have a question, stay back. I'll try to answer. If you don't have any question, please go and mark your attendance. Have a nice day.
Sure, ma'am. Good day.